Do you love silly stories for kids? Why not consider joining our family? You can even get a very special message from one of your favourite silly stories for kids characters. Head over to the website to find out more. It's your support that helps us to continue to make exciting stories and more crazy content.
Did somebody say crazy?
Oh, Pimpin, no. Pimpin!
Is everybody ready for a story?
Yeah!
Okay, well, one day, a bunch of little kids were very excited because they were down at the beach. Now, they were at a very special beach, and at this very special beach, they had to go for a little bit of a walk. They parked their car and they went down towards the beach. They were walking along a trail, and as they walked, they first of all heard a little noise in the bushes. What was that noise? Said Holly. Well, I'm pretty sure, said Aubrey. It was probably just the wind. I am not the wind, said a voice. Who was that? The kids looked and they started to search, and Matilda crouched down and she saw a tiny little lizard. Did you talk? She said to the lizard. Only a little bit. No, it said as it tried to hide behind a rock. We heard you, they said. Well, said Flo, I think that this is a very fun lizard. Are you a fun lizard? She said to the lizard. Sometimes. Maybe today I might be fun. Well, why don't you be fun with us? Well, okay. How do I be fun? I've got an idea, said Henry. How about we all do a very special dance and maybe you can copy us? The kids all looked and the lizard nodded its head. I think I can dance, but you might need to teach me. Okay, said the kids. Well, first of all, they all jumped up on their feet and they stood in front of the lizard. You need to... What dance are we going to do? Don't worry, said Bryn. I've got the bestest dance in the whole entire world and everybody can just watch me and copy me. Okay, said the other kids, a little bit worried. They looked down and the lizard was there. He was watching Brindley very carefully. And as he was watching, Brindley dropped down to the ground and started spinning around, running around in circles. She said. What is she doing? Said Holly. That is the best dance move in the whole entire world, said Brindley. Holly said, I'm pretty sure that's not actually a dance move. Yeah, said Aubrey. I'm pretty sure you were just running around on the ground screaming. No. It's the best dance move. Isn't it, Flo? You do it with me. Yeah, it is the best dance move, said Flo. We've been practicing. And all of a sudden, Flo and Brindley were both on the ground running around in circles. Oh my goodness, what are those two doing? Oh, I like this dance, said the lizard. And he started to run around and do the same dance. The three of them were running around in circles. Oh well, I guess this is what we're doing, said the kids. So Holly, Aubrey, Brindley, Flo, Henry, and Matilda all started running around on the ground. They said as they all started running around, and the lizard started running as well. And while they were doing it, a bunch of other lizards started to stick their heads out as well. Hey, what are you guys doing? Are you dancing? I like that dance. In no time at all, there was a whole bunch of lizards everywhere. And they all came out and they were dancing with all the kids. The kids danced and ran and laughed and jumped, and the lizards all joined in. It was so much fun. And while they were dancing, all of a sudden they heard something. What was that? Said the kids. I don't know, said Aubrey. Me either, said Holly. It sounded like it came from over here, said Henry. So the kids all started walking down the track. And as they walked down the track, they could see something in the ocean. It flew up out of the water and then made a giant splash. Was that a whale? Said Matilda. I think it was, said Holly. That was not any old whale, said Brindley. Let me guess, said Holly. You know the whale, don't you? Of course I know the whale. She does not know the whale, said Aubrey. I do know the whale, and so does Matilda. We met him yesterday, didn't we? I don't think I did, said Matilda. I think you might be making that up. No, remember? We went out to the ocean and we went swimming and we caught a ride on one of those seals, and then the seal took us out to the whale, and then the whale said hello. That was with me, said Flo. Oh, sorry, said Bryn. So, as the kids were talking, the whale jumped up out of the water one more time. It jumped up high and a giant splash of water went everywhere. The kids were watching. It was amazing. Well, Brindley, if you know this whale, what's his name? His name's Jeffrey. Jeffrey, said Aubrey. That's a funny name for a whale. Oh, don't make fun of Jeffrey, said Brindley. Hey, Jeffrey, she yelled. The kids were all laughing as they watched. The whale stuck its head out of the water. It said. What was that, said the kids. He said hello, said Bryn. What? That wasn't hello, said the whale. Oh my goodness, said Holly. What is he trying to say? He's saying come down to the beach. He wants to say hello. Okay, said the kids. So the kids all walked along the track and they worked their way further and further down towards the beach. In no time at all, they were standing on the beach. Okay, Brindley, where is this whale? Hey, Jeffrey, she yelled. Jeffrey! As she was yelling, all of a sudden, the whale started to pop up out of the water. And it was coming closer and closer and closer until it was so close the kids could almost touch it. Everybody, said Brindley, this is Jeffrey, this is Holly, this is Henry, this is Brindley, that's me, and this is Matilda, and this is Aubrey, and this is Flo. Oh, hi, said everybody. Hello, said Jeffrey. Oh, he can talk, said Matilda. Of course I can talk, said Jeffrey. Well, Jeffrey, what are you doing here? Well, Brindley told me that you kids were going to be here today, and I didn't want to miss out on saying hello. Oh, well, hello, they said. Now, would you kids like to do something very special? And the kids all said, yes, please, Jeffrey. Yes! We would love to do something special. Well, okay. Jeffrey turned around, and as he turned around, he dropped his big tail onto the beach next to all the kids. Wow. Okay, climb on, he said. The kids all stepped onto Jeffrey's. They walked on. Stop here, said Bryn. Everybody wait, everybody wait. And everybody was standing on the tail. Why are we waiting here, said Henry. Because, said Bryn. She quickly ran forward. Brindley, why are you running? And then Jeffrey flipped his tail. Wah! Yelled the kids as they went flying into the air, and they all landed on Jeffrey's back. Wow, they said. What just happened? Welcome to the Jeffrey Ferry. The Jeffrey Ferry? What's the Jeffrey Ferry? I can take you anywhere you would like to go. Well, where do we want to go, said the kids. I know where you want to go. You want to go deep under sea. Okay, here we go. But Jeffrey, we can't breathe underwater, said Henry. But it was too late. Jeffrey started diving down under the water. What are we going to do, yelled the kids. As they dove under, all of a sudden, a giant bubble appeared on Jeffrey's back. It completely enclosed all the kids. They were surrounded in a bubble on the back of a whale. Is this real? Said Aubrey. Woo-hoo, said Jeffrey. What did he say? Said Holly. I don't know, said Bryn. He was just making funny noises. The kids were very confused, but Jeffrey got deeper and deeper and deeper until all of a sudden the kids could see. Are those more whales? Said Matilda. More and more whales started coming in towards where Jeffrey was until there was 7 whales all together. Is this normal? They said. This is my family, said Jeffrey. This is my mum and my dad, and this is my brother, his name's Boris, and my sister and my other sister, and these are the twins, Terry and Tommy. Wow, said the kids as they looked at all the different whales. They are amazing. They looked carefully. All right, everybody jump on a different whale. What? Said the kids. What are you talking about? Everybody quick, jump on a different whale. But we won't be able to breathe. Don't worry, the bubble moves, said... What's his name? Said Jeffrey. And as the kids jumped off Jeffrey's back, all of a sudden little bubbles surrounded them, and the little bubble followed them wherever they went underwater. and they each picked a different whale each, and they climbed on their back. They held on tight. What now? Said Aubrey. I don't know, said Tilly. I suggest everybody hold on as tight as they can, said Bryn. And as they all grabbed on, the whales all started to swim. At first, they were swimming sideways, very, very fast. Whoa, this is quick, said Henry. So quick, said Matilda. As they were going faster and faster and faster, all of a sudden, all the whales turned and started to go up. As they started to go up, the kids got a little bit worried. Is this normal? What's happening? This is the fun part, said Flo. How do you know, said Henry. Hold on, said Flo. And as they were all holding on, all of the whales jumped out of the water at the same time. They jumped out in a perfect circle, and as they came falling back down, a giant splash popped up in the middle, and it was like a jet that blasted straight up into the sky. The kids all laid on the back of the whales as the rain from the giant jet started to rain down on top of them. It was sprinkling water everywhere. The kids laughed and laughed and laughed. They were having so much fun. As they were laying there, all of a sudden, Aubrey noticed something. Hey, that lizard, he's still here. She noticed that on the whale that she was on, the tiny little lizard that they'd seen at the start was sitting right next to her foot. What are you doing here? Said Aubrey. Well, we were hoping to do more dancing. All of a sudden, all the other lizards started crawling out. They'd been hiding behind all the kids. And there was a bunch of whales with a bunch of kids on their backs and a bunch of tiny lizards. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do, said Holly. Yes, said Matilda. It's time for a whale dance party. So the whales started to sing a beautiful whale song with big loud noises. It was beautiful and it sounded amazing. And I'll sing it. And as the whales were singing, the kids all started to do their beautiful dancing. And they did slow dancing this time, with slow movements and slow spins. And the lizards all started to copy. Beautiful. They were spinning and twirling and singing. It was amazing. And the kids all decided to sing too. Hey, we've been out here for ages, said Henry. We better go find our parents soon. And we're a long way from shore. Oh, now we get to do the really fun part, said Jeffrey. What's the really fun part? Everybody climb on me, quick, quick, quick. So all the kids climbed on Jeffrey. All right, this is a one at a time kind of thing, okay? So first, we'll send Holly. What do you mean send me, said Holly. Well, what you do is you run down my back as quick as you can, and when you get to my tail, you do a big jump. And then what happens, said Holly. Oh, you'll see. Okay, said Holly. So she started right at Jeffrey's blowhole. As she was standing there, she accidentally stepped backwards a little bit. Oh, that tickles, he said. Oh, sorry, said Holly. And then she started to run. She ran down his back as quick as she could. She ran down his tail, and when she got to the end, she jumped. And as she was in the air, whoosh, Jeffrey smacked her out of midair. Said Holly as she went flying through the sky all the way from Jeffrey's back in the middle of the ocean. She landed on a very soft pile of sand. I'm okay, she yelled. Thank goodness, thought all the other kids. All right, who's next? I don't think I want to go next, said Henry. That looked a little bit scary. But then Jeffrey blew water out his blowhole that made Henry start to slide. Whoa, said Henry. He was sliding along Jeffrey's back, sliding faster and faster and faster until he got to the end of his tail. Jeffrey bumped him up in the air and whoosh. Wah! Said Henry as he went flying through the sky. Me next, said Flo, as she started running down as well. In no time at all, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The kids all got smacked through the air all the way down to the soft pile of sand. They all landed and they stood up. Is everybody okay? Said Holly. They all said, yes, we're okay. And then they started walking back to their parents. As they were walking along the track, their parents came down to meet them. Kids, where have you been? They said. Well, they all said, I don't think you'd believe us, even if we told you. And that is the end of the story.